I call Anne-Caroline Pissis-Martel. She's the head of the Global Fellowship Initiative at the GCSP, and Hervé Sanglard, director of UDITIS, for the first round of pitches.
Anne-Caroline, you can start with the first question.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm very pleased to be here today with you all, with my co-moderator Hervé Sanglard from UDITIS, and most importantly, with all of Tech4Trust startups for this first round of 2-minute pitches. So let's start with Paul from Zen Pulsar with the first question, which is, how is cybersecurity important in your business? And how did you manage to tackle this issue in your cloud and AI solution?
So thank you very much for inviting me, and thank you for your fundamental question. So disinformation is disrupting and impacting our community. We have lost faith and trust towards online information, supplemented by the exponential growth of cybersecurity attacks. So cybersecurity is a vital component of any technological solution, and ZenPulsar provides an easy-to-use SaaS and API to enable organizations to perceive the true nature of online information and help regain digital trust, as the ambassador has mentioned it. We address cybersecurity risks diligently. And first and foremost, our founders combine 85 years of experience in hands-on cybersecurity, digital forensic, and threat intelligence. Cybersecurity has naturally been part of our DNA, and we understand our clients' mission-critical needs today, who want to increase their resilience, protect their reputation, safeguard their sustainability, avoid disruption, and reduce their exposure to infodemics, as the previous panelists have mentioned. Second, we respond to the increasing demand from our clients who seek trustful and reliable alternative data, typically information that are derived from non-traditional sources. Third point, from a tech perspective, we apply security by design. Data is retrieved, processed, and safeguarded according to the principles of InfoSec, ensuring confidentiality, integrity, and availability. We apply secure development lifecycle methodology with data encryption, access control, among others. Moreover, we capture data, including metadata, in a non-repudiation manner. As you know, nowadays, AI is exposed to adversarial attacks. We tackle these attacks on our data models by retraining with adversarial example, and this ensures another level of trust and security. Fault-tolerant clusters from servers in different regions based on Kubernetes on Google Cloud are used with extensive proxies to ensure our own resilience. And last one, our clients are alerted with early warning signals before events occur and provide all required data analytics to address them with sound forensic protocols. So you see, we take the principle of InfoSec and also the principle of forensic protocols to the utmost importance. Therefore, collected data follow rigorous forensic protocols at the source level to your presentation. So let's work together to combat disinformation, reduce the impact to our community, and regain digital trust. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thanks a lot, Paul, for this excellent speech. So now it's the turn of Matti. Matti, you are co-founder and CEO of Xifera. As I read on your website, you deal with cryptography, which is a difficult but essential topic in security. So my question, what kind of question are you trying to solve in society?
Yeah, so thank you. That's a very important and topical question. And let me start by my answer by noting first that trust in a society should be based on the total transparency of the underlying information security solutions. And adding to that, a confusing aspect in a modern society is that the line between users, their data, and products is unclear. You can think of, for example, of the social media giants and their active users. And I have to confess that I could be one of them as well. We have actually become their products. The data collected from us is used as a merchandise. Well, it could be anonymized, but still. And this leads to a couple of obvious follow-up questions. So do we really own our data? And do we know how much and what kind of data has been collected from us? Can I selectively delete my data? And now we get to a more technical viewpoint, and this is where Xifera and our hardware-focused approach plays a critical role, is that the use of well-known and proven cryptographic algorithms and security protocols is required, because the trust in a modern society is mostly based on information security, and the foundation of information security is cryptography. and a flawless implementation of cryptography is, in my opinion, an absolute foundational requirement for trust in a modern society. And this is Cypher's core competency. So I thank you all and wish you a continued good meeting.
Thank you.
Sorry, I'm muted. So thank you very much, Manji. So we'll go next to Juan Ramon from Tune Insights with one question on what traction and marketing validation have you made so far?
Well, thanks a lot for the question. And I have to say that in the current age of analytics, machine learning, and artificial intelligence, data has become the new gold. Data powers the most important decisions from health to finance, but personal data is strictly regulated and companies are facing heavy fines if they don't comply. And at the same time, organizations' data is so valuable that it is being targeted and stolen by cyber hackers on a daily basis. Thanks to recent technological progress, we're entering a new era of data encryption, moving from a world where data was encrypted only at rest and in transit to a world where data can also be protected while in use. And Tune Insight is at the forefront of this data encryption revolution. We enable secure analytics and machine learning over encrypted data that is never transferred or disclosed. This has a direct impact on all sectors where data is important, and we have already validated our solutions in some of them through operational pilot deployments. Some examples are, first, we empower data protection officers and enable fully compliant regulated data collaborations across jurisdictions. And in this area, we have run several pilots in health, some of them with Swiss university hospitals, where our solutions enable better personalized medicine in oncology and beyond. And second, we also power new kinds of applications, analytics, and collaborations on very confidential data that were not possible before. We have run several pilots paid by customers in cyber intelligence with Arma Swiss, enabling companies to better defend against cyber attacks by collaborating on their most critical data on incidents and indicators of compromise, and in financial services with Swiss Re, enabling better risk prediction and fraud detection. In general, at Tune Insight, we enable organizations to engage in secure data collaborations to extract the insights they need from the data they lack without compromising confidentiality or privacy. Thanks for your attention.
Thank you. So Sylvain, it's your turn. Sylvain, you are CEO of Smart Cockpit. I saw your wonderful cockpits on your website. And my question is, what's your marketing strategy and how do you plan to reach your target market for the next 6 months?
Thanks, Hervé, for the question. A really interesting one and really important in the field of startups, because the more important element is to develop sales, and marketing is one of the key activity to do that. So I'm Sylvain Félix, CEO and founder of Smart Cockpit. And Smart Cockpit is solutions that helps you manage your governance around cyber risks. So at a glance, you can evaluate security maturity, you can monitor the security process, you can ensure resilience and compliance, and last but not least, manage communication between stakeholders. Not only putting technical information in front of people, but really showing them the right insight they need to understand their security posture. This is all about trust, building and enforcing trust, making sure you understand where you are. So regarding the question of marketing strategy, we have just hired a new marketing manager that supports our marketing strategy. Our objective is to generate more qualified leads to sustain our growth. So marketing is one of the channels that helps on the digital side. So we want to increase the web traffic and build notoriety. So we are producing high-value content such as big blog posts or white papers. You may notice on the website, we have just released a cyber risk digital governance white paper. So please download it. It's full of insight of how you should manage your cyber risks. We are also improving the content through inbound marketing, so doing SEO, social media, etc., to work on the image. We also reworked the website because we realized the message was not that clear, because the cockpit could manage many different things. So we have one now dedicated to cyber risks and CISO, and we're also improving automations. Maybe worth to mention that we're participating in initiatives like Trust for SME to help increase the understanding of what is cybersecurity and how you can tackle it for SME in the Swiss market. And we also have events that we are playing to, like the Swiss Pavilion at the Forum International Cybersecurity in June. Thanks for your attention. and happy to discuss in the networking in the end of the session.
Thanks, Sylvain, and I can reassure your website is brilliant and clear, so good job.
Thanks, Hervé.
Thank you, Sylvain. So now we'll turn to Pan, who's the CEO of Privacy One. And Pan, I will ask you to define the 1 year and 5 year impact that you're trying to accomplish with Privacy One. Thank you.
Thank you very much for the question. Every company has its big, hairy, audacious goal, and ours is to democratize privacy. But people often say that everything between your quarter and the next 10 years is just a wild guess. We did the opposite. We did lay down a really granular plan how we reach that goal. Within this 1 year time frame, we are on our path to deliver our first brand promise, which is one-stop service for privacy protection. Easy to use and very simple one-tier pricing model. Simplicity is how we differentiate our business from our competitors. By the year end, we want to build Privacy One into a known brand in the European market. We started from Sweden, and now we are reaching into the British market and German market. Hopefully, with the help with Tech4Trust, we can onboard 1 or 2 Swiss customers as well. The goal is by year end to have 50 customers across different industries and generating 200,000 revenue. And we currently already have customers from banking industry, medical care industry, and even payment service using our solution. In 5 years timeline, Privacy One will reach its, I would say, base camp on the journey to reach the summit and become a dominant player in the privacy protection arena. I envision our company to reach a 3,000 customer mark and generating 20 million revenue and become a 200 million market cap business, but still keeping a very high growth, double digits, if not triple. Why we can still keep the momentum? Because we are not just selling the solution to enterprise. We are making sure the privacy by design, privacy protection solution accessible for small, medium-sized business as well. So this keeps us, the promise that guarantee us to deliver the value to our customers, but also giving us a very high leverage of pricing power. So in the long run, should we want to increase our gross margin, we can do that by increasing our price in the long run. But right now, it's very simple pricing model for our customers. Thank you for all.
Thank you very much, Pan.
So the floor now is to Pasquale. Pasquale is CEO of PhotoCert, a company dealing with photo authentication, which is definitively a concern to secure our modern world. So my question for you, Pasquale, is the following. Is your startup contributing to the United Nations SDGs or Sustainable Development Goals? If so, which one and how?
Yes, the short answer is yes. And even if, Harvey, to be honest, the mission of PhotoCert is not to make the world a better place, but is to make visual data like pictures and videos useful and trustworthy. But there is a good angle where we see that we are contributing, and it's actually in relation to the fact that today there are so many industries like insurance companies or asset finance companies or other industries that need to do on-site inspections for, I don't know, a water leak at home because of a claim, or to do to assess the existence of an item or a vehicle or an equipment in general. And this has a huge impact in terms of pollution and carbon footprint. And that's where the climate action SDG 13 is referring to. So we help insurance companies to avoid sending out an adjuster because they can rely on the pictures taken via our product. And moreover, we automate the processes, in particular claim and underwriting through AI. And this also helps in terms of improving efficiency, because thanks to PhotoCert, insurance companies are also going paperless. And it's another angle where I see we are contributing is the SDG 11. In 2008, for the first time in the history, the global urban population outnumbered the rural population. And a study shows that in 2050, it is expected that 2/3 of the world population will be living in urban areas. So with so many people in urban spaces, the importance of automating complex and manual processes is inevitable. And it's important also to sustain a large population. Our company is based in London, but I'm Italian, and in Italy, the post office can also insure a property. And for example, you need to go to the post office if you want to make a claim for a water leak at home, and they give you a huge paper to fill as a form. In case you have a car accident, you have a sort of a 36-pager form that you need to fill, and they are also testing your drawing skills because they are also ask you to do some sketches. So to conclude, with the PhotoCert, you can now rely on pictures and videos, and in a humble way, we can say that we are doing our small contribution to make the world a better place.
Thanks a lot for this explanation and details. And yes, it's how the old world was functioning. And now maybe thanks to you, we are more clever. And we pass the floor to the next presenter.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Pascal. Now we have Claude Alain from Orphananalytics SA. And the question for you, Claude Alain, is what is your competitive advantage relative to existing and similar technology or products?
Okay, thank you for the question. So Orphananalytics is producing software and servers for stilometric analysis, which can be used to detect publishing or academic fraud, such as plagiarism and ghostwriting, and also to reveal in criminal investigation who could have written threat letters or terrorist messages. So our competitors are the anti-plagiarism software in the publishing and academic market, and in investigation, the expert report production. In all activities, our striking advantages are the following for the user of our server or for our expert report production. So first, they can make the analysis in most known languages. Second, to produce anti-plagiarism and ghostwriting analysis. Third, to work without databases using only question tags and those of candidates. Fourth, to analyze raw text. Fifth, to be able to detect short fraudulent sequences. Sixth, to give results by a dashboard, enabling the people in charge of evaluation to give their final decision. 7, to work automatically with artificial intelligence by machine learning. 8, to not keep any records of analysis performed on our servers managed by final users. But our main concern is to reveal publicly our disruptive know-how. So our public demonstration is a pro bono analysis of the terrorist corpus of Quanon. Our results will be published next week in one of the most important US newspaper, hopefully on a front page, according to the journalist who got recently a Pulitzer Prize. So this long-awaited article is ready. Our results are confirmed by an academic research group on stilometry, which use also artificial intelligence like us. Illustrated by this pro bono case, our fast and sensitive approach is the only one able to detect text manipulation in social media. We have also produced stilometric results for the Alpha Gregory. We were the only one able to give a satisfying auto-determination on the central question of this case. Who is the very likely author of the 130-character message claiming the murder sent before the body of this kid was found? So thank you for your attention. on our contribution on cybersecurity.
Thanks a lot and welcome, Margot. Now you are CEO of Origin All. You work on product identification and authentication. My question, how do you see your company in 5 years and what do you need to reach that point?
Good evening, everybody, and thank you for your question. We intend to empower people to make safer product choices by giving them the tools to differentiate legitimate from fake or illicitly traded products, particularly medicines. We will have deployed our platforms mandated through our signed agreement with the African Continental Free Trade Area, covering 54 of the 55 African nations and reaching up to 1.3 billion people. In this process, we believe we can make an important contribution to the Universal Health Coverage UHC 2030 objectives. Within the next 5 years, we will also intend to have our original healthcare-focused Healthies platform fully deployed, providing equitable and sustainable access to safe medicines and healthcare services with embedded product security by design. Not only will citizens benefit from it, but it will result in new levels of auditability, accountability, and transparency for donors, governments, and philanthropic organizations. To get there, we need two things. We need to, one, adapt and improve our processes to dramatically accelerate the onboarding of brands. Because by having higher brand adoption, we will reach mass verification. And to do this, we are very optimistic because we've been quite successful with the onboarding of brands, and we're optimistic to see that they are seeing the benefits of making the responsible and people-centric choices. We are conscious of the magnitude of our endeavor, and as such, we really welcome the active support of organizations here tonight, and also in the Trust Valley ecosystem to support and guide us in achieving our objectives. Thank you.
Thank you, Veronica. So now, thank you, Margot. And now we're going to have Veronica from Morphotonix. And the question for Veronica is, who are the founders and key team members? And what are the key additions do you foresee in the short term with your project?
Thank you. Hi, everybody. So my company, Morphotonix, we protect consumers from fakes by providing the lowest carbon footprint authentication solutions to brands. Originally, we're two co-founders, both experts in nanotechnology, and we developed a patented platform for printing without ink security codes on any molded product. Our solution is currently in production on 4 continents, covering the medical, technical, and packaging industries, including securing articles of global Fortune 500 customers. Now, we ramped up our team with a production engineer last year, and we'll be looking in the future for an operation manager and a business development director. And we know firsthand that people are the absolute key for a startup, even more so than a well-established company. The shareholders are also changing as the company is scaling up, and as we are currently looking for the first time for external strategic investors. Our plans are to complement in the future the physical security with a digital twin, enabling the full authentication in both the real and the virtual spaces, from production to consumers. Thank you.
Great, congratulations. Last but not least in this round, Ketevani. So you are founder and CEO of Logmine, a company developing AI-powered log. My question, is your startup contributing to the UN SDG? If so, which one and how?
Thank you, Hervé, for a very interesting question. Yes, we're contributing to UN's SDG goal number 9, which is industry, innovation, and infrastructure. So this means building resilient infrastructure, promoting inclusive and sustainable industrialization, and fostering innovation. Well, before going deeper into the answer, I would like to explain a bit about LogMind. So LogMind is a company based in Lausanne, and we offer, as you said, a log data analysis tool to help IT teams from large corporates to automatically detect complex technical issues by better understanding and analyzing the log data. And when we talk about corporate IT environment, we're talking about hundreds or thousands of servers, network equipment, applications. And from these systems, we have billions and millions of log messages that are being produced. And usually, IT teams are using this log data to secure those systems and to really keep those systems up to date on a day-to-day basis. And so what we do is that we analyze this log data in real time, and we automatically identify technical issues from this data and notify the IT users about their complex IT issues that we detect into their systems. And with that, we help IT teams to really proactively identify and resolve these problems, and to really provide a better service and better manage those systems. And as I already mentioned, I think the most relevant SDG goal for LogMind is clearly number 9, which means industry, innovation, and infrastructure. And so right now we're serving customers from different industries such as telecommunication, cybersecurity, and those companies are really serving companies from the region and also people to really provide the communication and to secure the systems, IT systems. And on the back end, we help those companies to really provide the good IT service and to really keep their IT environment really run on a really superior and good level. Thank you very much.